Alright, so the Gossip Girl 2021 reboot. If you're an OG fan wondering right off the bat, should I watch this? The short answer, duh, of course, yes. Hello everyone, my name is Tyrone. Welcome back to the Circle Club. If you haven't seen episode 1 of the Gossip Girl 2020 reboot, go ahead and watch that and then come back here. This isn't going to be a full recap type video, but there will be spoilers, and we're going to just discuss some things that happened, what we liked, what we didn't like, and just an overall feel of this episode. Alright, so let's just jump into it. So one element I really do like about this new series is it doesn't seem like people are mean just for the sake of being mean. Like in the original series sometimes, you'd be like, why are they being so mean to this person? Have they even given this person a chance? For example, right off the bat, we see with Julian or JC, the main character here, when her friends are making fun of her stepsister and they're like, oh, I can't believe she's going to this school, blah, blah, blah. JC's like, whoa, guys, we don't really know her. Let's give her a chance, like, slow down. Which I feel like that makes way more sense. And I really like JC just in general. Like, she feels like a very level-headed character. Like, when things are being kind of weird or teen vibesy, like, she kind of comes in just like, guys, like, let's pause, let's slow down, like, give this person a chance. Which I feel like a lot of times with these teen drama shows, they always do that where it's like they act like people don't have nuances or they don't, think about the relationships or give people a chance. It's like, oh, I'm the popular girl, so I have to be mean just to be mean. So I really like that off the jump, JC was like, hey, look at her style. We like her style. We have the same style. And then the others are kind of like, all right, I guess you're right. And ultimately what they figure out is that they do have some similarities and commonalities. So after this whole back and forth about Zoya and JC, if they're going to be friendly with one another, can two sisters go to the same school? Ridiculous, I know. They finally revealed to us, once they go to the bathroom, that they've had this relationship all along. They've been Instagramming each other all summer. They've been DMing, texting back and forth, which was like, whoa. That was a major plot twist right off the jump. And I liked it because, I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, oh God, is this whole series just going to be like this back and forth of like, I'm the older sister, you can't be at this school. And I thought, that's just kind of played out and lame. So I did like that they did have this relationship off screen that we didn't see already developed, and it was basically introducing it to their friends, or JC's friends, which is also simultaneously being introduced to us, which I thought was a neat way to do that. Alright, so let's jump into this whole thing about Gossip Girl. So in the original series, the whole thing was, who is Gossip Girl? How do we find this out? It's played out over all these seasons. They get closer and closer and closer. But in this series, they reveal off the bat, episode 1, the teachers. So what? I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say this. I didn't like the teachers either. First off, the dialogue with the teachers was very, very cringy. Didn't like that at all. But I thought it was so strange that these teachers, even though they had their own issues or they were petty with the students because they didn't treat them well, I thought it was really strange that a whole staff would come together to kind of create this Gossip Girl thing to get back at the students. Like, what is the end goal there? Like, that was just, cringy. And then that friggin' teacher follows Zoya and Max like a bunch of creeps, and he takes a nude photo of them together. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that was crazy, right? Like, I can't be like the only one who was like, what? This guy's a sicko. I mean, and he even felt weird, I think, when he goes back to the teacher and he's like, hey, I got the photos. I think we're going a little too far. It's like, you think? So that whole thing was very, very weird. I do predict, I think what's going to happen is the teachers are going to be like, this is too crazy. Like, what are we doing here? They're going to shut down Gossip Girl. And the only reason that the teachers or even Gossip Girl to start out is because the show needed some way to revive that. But these young students wouldn't do that because in today's culture, like, that's bullying. It's just really unusual for someone to do something like that. I don't think that the teachers are going to be Gossip Girl the whole time. I think what's going to happen is the teachers are going to realize it's too ridiculous. But like I said, the show needed a way to introduce Gossip Girl to this younger generation. And what happens, the teacher's going to shut down the Instagram account and someone else is going to start their own Gossip Girl. And that's how it's going to kind of get the ball rolling. And then we're all going to be in the unknown about who Gossip Girl actually is. Something I really liked about this show in comparison to the older show is they bring in a lot of the social elements of today. It didn't really feel like when the students were talking about it that it was like forced or too much. But when the teachers talk about it, it just, like I said, it just gets so cringy and they're pushing all this yes, I'm so woke behavior. And it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. Relax. You know what I mean? But the students, the way that they do it, it just feels a bit more natural. So I'm hoping we're going to start to see less and less of the teachers and more of the students because the dialogue did feel realistic. One thing we talked about on the stream that Talia really liked, and you can hear more if you come to our show on Tuesday at 7:30 tea time on YouTube or Twitch. We're going to be discussing every week these new Gossip Girl episodes, so join us there. It'll be a lot of fun. The one thing Talia brought up was the use of social media and technology. I did really like that. And when we get to JC's event, the two Blair Waldorf little groupie type girls, I think, what were their names? Luna and Monet. So yeah, so they're not having it at all. They don't want anything to do with Zoya. So they airdropped this dick pic photo from one of the characters. That completely went over my head. I don't know if it was just me. I know my friend Hannah was like, what did they send? So I was told that it was a dick pic photo. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments who it came from. I think I just missed that. I might have to go back and rewatch episode 1. But I did like this element of using technology, and I think we're going to see a bit more of that with Instagram and TikTok and some other elements, which is kind of cool. The fashion show was also very, very neat. It was giving me a lot of like Cruella vibes. Like when you watch Cruella, you were like, yo, these costumes, like they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think that's what we're going to see a lot of in this show as well, is the fashion statements. I did like that little bit. I'm not sure if you caught it. Is they're making fun of Zoya with her headband, which is a callback to Blair in the original series. She always wore the headband. And it's interesting to see because it's like, back in the day, it was like, oh my God, Blair, so fashionable. I love the headband. It's so iconic. And nowadays, it's kind of like, don't know. Now, of course, everyone wants to talk about the comparisons of the OG series to this one. I really didn't see a lot there. I mean, it felt like it was in the world of the OG Gossip Girl, but as far as the characters go, it did really feel like everyone was, their own original, unique character, which I was really impressed by because I was afraid that they were going to kind of do this kind of copycat clone thing. The one character I've heard a lot of people say is Max is like Chuck Bass. I didn't really pick up on that vibe. I mean, I get the whole thing. It's like, oh, he's making out with whoever he wants. He can have whoever he wants. But I don't necessarily know if that means he's a Chuck Bass type. Okay, as I'm editing this, I can kind of see it a little bit. If you remember from the pilot episode, Chuck Bass is crazy as hell. I mean, he literally assaults Jenny in the first episode. I think a lot of people forget that. I don't think we'll see that type of behavior from Max. I think Max is just someone who was just very open about his sexuality and his exploration, which is interesting as well because I think we're going to see a lot of this bisexual nature come out, which is cool because we don't really see a lot of that in television these days. The last thing I wanted to mention was Zoya's dad, Nick. I think it's cool because we've never seen a black parent in this type of universe in Gossip Girl, and he doesn't seem to be playing that Rufus type where Rufus is like super involved with all the teen drama, which you're like, dude, take it easy, like very weird. But it seems like Nick is a lot more grounded of a parent, just wants his daughter, what's best for her. He even at one point seemed like he wanted to make up with Zoya's dad, so I think that dynamic and storyline will also be something very interesting to look out for as well. Now we get to the end where Zoya approaches JC about her friend's behavior at the fashion event, and she's disappointed in her because she didn't call them out, and JC's basically telling her, you got to keep your head above that stuff, don't get involved with the drama, they're trying to split us up, they want to break us apart. And again, I liked the way that she was speaking about it because she was coming from a mature perspective, and Zoya, being younger of course, was a bit more freshman, sophomoric about it. And I like to see how they wrote that scene because you can kind of see the age between them two. And they both had solid points just from different perspectives. But obviously it ends with JC not taking the higher route, saying, listen, if you want to be my enemy, fine, be my enemy, which naturally made her boyfriend Obi upset. He walks away, and now she's on her own. So, yeah, they left us with a great cliffhanger. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next with this series. I'm loving it so far. The only thing I really don't love so far is the teachers. I even think Gossip Girl, I think we're going to get something special there. We'll see what happens. Because if it does stay with the teachers as well, what happens there? That's interesting as well. Is teachers going to be arrested? Are they going to be fired? Is no one going to really care that much? Do the kids deserve it? There's a lot of questions that come from it. But so far, episode 1, I liked it a lot. I would give it a 3.5 or 4 out of 5, and I would say this is definitely something I would recommend to the OG Gossip Girl fans, and I would definitely recommend it to people who like shows like Ginny and Georgia, Bridgerton. Matt doesn't really love these shows, but he still was interested enough. He said, you know what? I think this is something fun to watch with friends. On a Thursday, you're getting close to the end of the week. You have a beverage, and you relax, and just have a good time with your friends. And I also agree, and I think this series is going to be very fun, so stick around for it. And let me know in the comments below, what did you think about episode 1 of Gossip Girl? Did you enjoy it as well? What didn't you like about it? And what did you think about some of my theories? Am I in line? Do you think it's crazy? Does it make sense? Again, let me know in the comments below. Definitely subscribe and share it with a friend. Thank you so much. And remember, if you disagree with someone, that's totally fine. Just be respectful. That's exactly what we're looking for, different perspectives and opinions. Because at the end of the day, no one's right. You just kind of have your own opinion on these things. So, thank you for watching. And remember, just be you.